Hello, welcome to another video where today I'm talking about VRChat serious problems. So it's about time I talk about the serious problems of VRChat because surprisingly I hadn't ever covered them in the video, so now time to talk about them. So, guess I'll start off with the simple stuff and go upwards. Starting with I guess, problem number one of VR chat. The children. There shouldn't be children on VR chat. I feel like it should be obvious, but VR chat tends to always have a lot of kids, usually as Quest users, given it's the cheapest VR on the market. It's easy to acquire. It's simple, so always around Christmas there tends to always be a big influx of lots of kids into the game. And it's not grand. But kids are only just one small aspect of law problems. It's just one aspect of things. It's safe to say the age gating thing VRChat is going to feels like it's just a band-aid fix and not really a practical long-term fix. And they really should just make it strict and not. The age gate thing feels like it's going to really accomplish nothing. Like it might help a bit, but ultimately it's a band-aid fix. Number two, more serious, is hackers. Always the hackers, always not grand, ruining fun for people, especially, might be, technically biased, but, streamers, when, people just want to stream the game, to have fun, create, cool content, hopefully. Obviously, there's always going to be some bad streamers, whatever. But I'm just saying, hackers ain't great. And yeah, again, hopefully in time, more things to deal with hackers are implemented because it is really not grand. It's really not that great. But hackers aren't the ultimate problem. They are definitely our problem. But it only really affects those usually streamers, sometimes, also others in, public games, but yeah, usually only affects those two groups. Still a problem though, so good to mention. But the third and final thing is, well, the worst of them all, racists, as they influence groups 1 and 2, because the racists will naturally pass on, stuff to the kids, so the kids end up being racist whether they, really realize it or not. And also, the hackers sometimes use it as a weapon of their hacking. So, really, racism is the biggest problem of VRChat. One where the VRChat team should be doing something. Like, if they don't do the other two, I guess, I can, live with it. But the third is not optional, it is needed. Like, is a literal, think of the children, moment. Is possibly the worst thing in VRChat by far. And it needs to be stopped, otherwise, obviously, it's going to pass on to the generations, and then the next generations continue it, and so on and so forth. It's a ongoing cycle perpetuated by one game. Especially if VRChat does last long term. If it continues to go on and on, which it might have that capability to be a game that continues to live on for a long time. More than some other games, so it's really a problem that should be addressed. Because there's already been stuff to try and stop the hackers with anti-cheat, but obviously there's always ways around anti-cheat and all that. All that can be hoped is that the systems get better, stop hackers and whatnot in the game. And for the kids thing, hopefully, the team will realize that their band-aid fix is not going to be a long-term viable solution, that the age gate thing is kind of probably dog water, and they will implement a better system or just outright, you know, hopefully stop kids playing the game. Obviously, there's still probably be ways to cheat things, but still, hopefully, it significantly decreases the amount of, kids in VRChat. Either way, just want to talk about these three things because I think each one is, well, important to making certain the game, continues on for a long time. Because eventually, if things get worse, people are going to get sick of it. Less people means the game will naturally have less people supporting it, which means hard for updates, which means updates are less likely to come out when needed, meaning even less people play, so on and so forth, the game dies. And I don't think VRChat should die because I see a lot of good in it. Just there's also a lot of bad in it, and the problems need to be addressed, starting with the racists, then probably the hackers, further upping security, whatnot, then the kids. At least there's been attempts with two of them, although there has not ever been an attempt with the biggest problem, from what I can tell. And I've been playing, this game for, 4.5 years consistently, so it's real concerning that there's been no attempt with the third thing. Like, I think there's the report player thing, but that's only been occasionally useful because there's a rank in VRChat called nuisance, which basically means if you get reported enough, you're out. But that's only been useful to a certain degree. It hasn't really gone rid of the real big problem, the races. So I feel like there needs to be more on that front. But anyway, I could rant about it forever, like on and on to the end of time. I think I'm going to conclude. So, yeah, in summary, definitely things need to improve. I thought, I'd make a, video on it just to put my voice to the matter in the vague hope that does something, like help out, I don't know. Anyway, I guess that'll be it for this talk topic. So, till next video, till next time, peace and thanks for watching. Yes, that'll be it. Hopefully, a VRChat devs and team, take, the stuff in. Hopefully. Anyway, yes, peace, thank you, and goodbye till next video.